Hey everybody, this is Workforce Gaming. I'm Doug, along with Brad,
Hello.
and sort of keeping with the our buying habits, I guess. Brad actually got an Xbox One recently, so we're actually going to start talking about Xbox One games. And since there's a whole host of Xbox One games neither of us played, we're going to kind of go through, and Brad's going to basically talk about the ones that he liked the most. And this is one I actually really want to hear about because it's one of the reasons I want to get an Xbox or PC.
Same.
So Brad actually got to play uh, and finished Ori and the Blind Forest. So just to get us started off, so I remember hearing that this game was just like the best thing ever. I mean, it got a ton of accolades, which is why I was excited for it because it's like, ooh, an indie party game. They got a ton of accolades. So I guess is it worth those accolades?
Kind of.
Hmm.
There are parts. This is a game that I enjoyed. It's it's one of those games where as I'm playing it, I can sit here and see why other people would love it, and in
Hmm.
my mind I'm thinking this game is like three small mechanic and design choices away from being the greatest game ever. It's amazing. It's a great game. Like the story is fantastic, looks pretty, plays well. There's just like one or two just stupid decisions that drive me slightly insane.
Oh, mhm.
And that's my issue with it. But other than that, yeah, I mean it is a freaking great game. Definitely deserved all the stuff that it got.
Yeah, I mean, like when I saw it, I just thought it was a pretty game. But I actually heard is the story any good, or is it like one of those sort of like because I saw the opening of the game and like that was one of the things actually heavily advertised was the opening of the game, which is just like tragic and it's a really good like I think you described it as kind of being like a short film. So like beyond that opening scene, is there like a lot of like heartfelt moments, or is it just kind of like that scene and the end scene sort of thing?
For sure. It definitely follows through with that tone through the whole game. There's not a ton of story in it. The basic thing is this the forest is dark now because the light went away and you need to collect these three pieces to restore the light.
Okay.
And that's the gist of it, but it does have like those heartfelt moments kind of scattered here and there more towards the end. It's really bookended by really good pieces, and then there's just kind of some like the middle is more that, oh, we're just trying to fix everything type thing.
Hmm.
uh to, I guess that'd be the best I could describe it without getting into super big spoilers. But yeah, I will say the first 15 minutes of this looks like it should just be a short film.
Hmm.
If you just took that 15 minutes, kind of re-chunked it, reorganized it a bit, and just took that and put it out there as a 15-minute short film, it would be incredible because
Hmm.
the opening of this game is fantastic.
Yeah, and I was kind of, I guess disappointed isn't the right word, but like when I saw gameplay, it's like, oh, it's a platformer. Like, I don't, does the fact that it's a platformer, it was always this is me probably try like throwing you like a very curveball question, because like, it was always my opinion that I felt like platforming is like one of the worst ways to show a story. Um, but it does the story get affected by the gameplay, like in a negative light, I guess.
No, not at all. It's one of those games where, I mean, it's basically it's Metroid, it's
Uh,
Castlevania. It doesn't play any different than that. You've got a skill tree which doesn't really do a whole lot other than make you slightly more powerful. You go and collect your different abilities. It's a Metroidvania. There's nothing new there. But story wise, it's more of just when you get to somewhere, like a couple pieces of text just kind of flash on the screens, like he knew when he entered the misty woods something something.
Oh, I always feel like it can be like a real hit or miss. So is it good? I mean, is it
It
cool though?
works, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it definitely works, and the story's great. It's, I mean, again, it's nothing like super huge and deep. It's the we've got to bring light back to the world, but
Hmm.
with that very heavy, serious tone to it, not just like the like it's all dark. We need to turn the lights on, which I feel like
Yeah.
is 90% of platformers. It's much more like, oh shit, the world's chaos and everything is dead and dying, and life is shit. Well, I guess we could try this and see if life won't be shit when we do this.
Oh, that's kind of cool. God dang it.
But again, like when you get to the end, there's some things with, I mean, the characters aren't, none of the characters talk except for your little floating glow ball thing. None of the characters really have any talking at all.
Hmm.
But you can definitely see, like, in the cutscenes and in the way these characters are portrayed, you can see a lot about what's going on in this world that works out really well. So story wise, it totally makes sense that this is one of those games where it's like, wow, yeah, this is the type of game that we could do this for.
Hmm. Hmm. Dang it.
You would love this
I
game. You would
know.
absolutely love this game.
So frustrating. Like I just been away from my PS4 for a while,
I,
and I
I
know this isn't
miss
a
it
PS.
so bad.
I know this isn't a PS4 game. But we've talked about some awesome games because like I right now like Fury just seems like made for me, and I'm kind of like just jonesing to play some games, and I just can't. Uh, yeah.
Yeah, but my big issue with this, and it's weird because this is one of those games where it's like three things away from being perfect,
Yeah.
and I don't think these are issues that everybody would pick up on, but they're things that drive me crazy. One of them being when you map a move to the control stick. So like you've got your jump
Oh.
button, you've got your attack button, but you know your like traditional like platforming like jump up and smash down thing.
Oh
That's
yeah.
just mapped to down on the control stick, which
Mm,
probably killed me 7 or 8 thousand times in this game. It seemed like
is it
just because
directional though?
yes, as soon as you hit down, he does the smash if you're in the air. So if you're gliding, you get like a glide move. If you're gliding and you push down while you're gliding, done. If you're double jumping and you're trying, done. Like I don't know. And again, I think that's one of those things that it's me. I hate having that. It's like there's 12 buttons on this damn controller. Put it on one of the other ones, but
Well, I
or
mean,
even
do they make it controllable or something? So it's not just a straight down move, but it's like a straight, but you make like an S
oh no,
shape.
it's straight down. It's straight down.
Oh, that is really weird. I can see them justifying because sometimes I've played games like that where like you do need kind of like easiest example would be in Super Smash Bros. Brawl. Like when you play Ness or Lucas, you got to control like your like little ball thing, and it's kind of
Oh yeah,
weird.
yeah.
Um, but so it's just a straight down attack move though.
Yep. It's your like down smash thing where you can like break rocks underneath you or whatever. But I don't know. It's just that drives me crazy because it's just one of those things where I just do it accidentally. Like I'm gliding and I'll go to glide back and just like naturally my finger might move slightly down and then all of a sudden I'm in a ball of fire and dead.
Oh, that's such a mood killer, especially I especially imagine for like kind of one of those arty kind of slower paced games.
This is not an already slower paced game.
Oh, it's not.
This game has some like frustrating difficult things. I was like shocked when I got like cuz the first hour or so it's like whatever, like I'm just kind of moseying through this, whatever, it's pretty kind of fun. But as you get to it, especially the last world is incredibly ridiculously difficulty. Like you have to time your jumps right, you have to like hit your spots right, you have to make sure you use the right move in the right order and link your two or three moves together to get from place to place, and it gets pretty intense. Not like undoable, but like
Yeah.
definitely like I'm gonna have to try this 7 or 8 times to get
I
through
mean, do
it.
you appreciate that? Because I always, I mean, I've kind of started like hard difficulties as I've gotten older, weirdly enough. I mean, do you appreciate that, or do you think it's just too hard, or
It's not too hard. It's one of those things where it doesn't fit the mood of the game to me in my mind, and
mm.
I think it's more just like my preconceived notions. Like I went in expecting like, oh, this is just kind of a pretty like platformer. I'm just gonna kind of wander through it. No big
They did
deal.
market it like that, so I wouldn't be totally.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
then all of a sudden it's just like, oh shit, what the hell? Like I actually have to think, like what the hell? I can't just jump from platform to platform and hit my X button to kill a few things. I
Hmm.
actually have to like try and think through this. So there are a couple parts like that, but I didn't mind it too much. The one thing difficulty wise that pisses me off is because like there's no bosses in this game, so to speak. There's one main villain character
Okay.
who you see like halfway through, and all of the quote unquote like boss parts where there should be a boss are
Yeah.
those like run away from shit levels where
Okay.
like
Is that
the
a
world,
bad thing, or
yes, I hate
oh
them.
oh
I
I
hate
like
them in,
those things.
I hate those so much. Like, but everyone is like one is like, oh, we accidentally filled up the thing and now water's rushing in and we have to get out before we drowned.
You know, I really don't like water coming from the bottom up, but I don't mind it coming from the side. That's such a. You know what it was? It was because Sonic 2 had that horrible chemical zone.
Oh
Um,
yeah,
and I just hated it.
yep,
I like as a kid, I was like, I think this was the first time I was like, this is bad. This is just bad. And so every
yeah,
time I play any game where like water's rising, like I don't want to play this.
yeah. But one of them, there was one that was there's I think 3 or 4. I don't remember if there were 3 or 4, but one of them wasn't too bad. But the other ones were like the parts where I just was like, this is stupid. Like I
Hmm.
don't want to sit here. Like the final one, which is like the final boss. I think I sat there for probably 35 minutes trying to do this stupid thing
Jeez.
where it's
Well,
just over and over and over and over again. And it was one of those like, if you don't time it exactly right, like you're screwed, and you have to do the end one in particular had about 6 different sections in it.
oh,
It only took, if you did it like your perfect run, like when I did it, I think it only took me maybe 45 seconds or a minute,
yeah.
but it's very trial and error as you go. Like I ran and rock fell on me. Okay, so I need to stay to the left in that part. Okay, I
Oh,
run and I stayed to the left And oh, now that caught up with me. Okay, so I have to stay to the left, but I have to jump. Okay, I run, I stay to the left, I
Oh,
jump.
that's not fun.
All right, past that part. Okay, now what the hell is going on? Oh, now there's giant fireballs falling from the sky. Okay.
Oh,
Okay, I can get hit by one, but not three, like that
yeah,
kind of thing.
I don't like trial and error games like that. For I guess the way you described it is kind of like in Super Meat Boy, like you saw everything to begin with. I don't like
Yes.
side scrollers where you could come upon something like, "Oh, how the hell was I supposed to know what to do there?"
Yes, that is every single one of them is that. And
Oh,
that was my big issue with this. If you get rid of those, or even if you make it like, okay, here's like you pan the camera out, you show me where I'm going, and then
hmm
pan it in, that's fine. But it's a lot of like random stuff falling from the sky, and all of a
oh,
sudden now this thing fell in front of you, and like that kind of stuff, which I think works really well because like I love that in Rayman.
oh, okay,
But
yeah,
like
yeah.
those Rayman levels are like the simplistic ones to a point where it's like, oh yeah, you just gotta jump. Just jump every, second or two and
hmm
you're through the level and it's fun and there's goofy music playing and it's great. This is like the like hunched over my controller like, dear God, don't fucking damn it, shit. Like, A, B, damn, shoot.
I think Rayman actually has a pretty far back camera though, so you're pretty well aware when stuff is coming at you though.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, those are my kind of my little complaints with this. Like I said, like this game is like three things away from being a fantastic, perfect game. It's just those little like glaring things, which I can see people totally not having an issue with at all. But to me, there's I don't want to deal with this right now. Like this is not. Just let me play the stupid game
hmm
or whatever, but I don't want to run from this right now. And again, it makes sense story wise, and it makes sense with what's going on with your forest and everything. But it's just I don't want to deal with that right now.
Yeah. Oh, that sucks. Well, I mean that
But
doesn't suck, but yeah, I feel like there's like every great game that I like absolutely love. Like, well, it's great except for the XYZ,
yeah,
but even that's
and
not
that's
bad enough to say it's a bad game.
Yeah, and that's exactly what it is. It's amazing. It's great. I love it. I just wish these three or four parts weren't in it, or
Mhm.
there was maybe some way to simplify those down, or make them shorter, or be a little bit more graceful with them. Because by the time you get to the last one, it's fairly intense.
So you're ready for Ori and the Blind Forest too?
Oh, I totally buy it. Yeah, I'd buy it. Yeah, definitely for sure. It's like I said. Like there's nothing would sit here and make me go, this game is a bad game. This game is a great game that frustrated me a little bit in a couple parts.
All right, I think we can just leave it at that then. Ah,
I
shoot.
think we could for sure. I think you should totally play this game though. You would love the
Yeah,
hell out
I'll
of this
figure a
game.
way to play it eventually. All right, we are
Buy an
Workforce
Xbox One,
Gaming.
Doug. You'll kind of regret it.
Yeah. We are Workforce Gaming. If you guys like what you heard, you can follow us on YouTube, follow us on Twitter. We are also on iTunes, I think, Brad.
We are.
Oh, hey, cool.
Good call.
So if you
Google
guys,
Play.
oh, we are. Oh, wow, we're on a lot of things.
Doug clearly does all the back end
I
stuff for
know.
this.
Hey, I do the audio editing.
And yep.
And those awesome thumbnails. All right, see you guys
Hell
next
yeah.
week.
See ya.